the noodle pack.
I said, bro, I'm coaching.
He said Oriental or chicken?
I said, bro, I'm
Oriental or
coaching life.
chicken?
They asked me what I'm coaching, right? I said, bro, I'm coaching life. I said, bro, I'm coaching life.
Oriental or chicken is funny.
The Mauritian noodle packs, yo, they had the best noodles. Which one was better, yo? Top ramen or what is it? Mauritian? Is that how you say that? The other one, with the M.
The M ones was
legitimate.
But I did like the top ones too. They weren't
Top
phony.
had a weird aftertaste.
They weren't phony. See, the thing that used to get me was the noodle cups versus like the packs of noodles you cook on the stove top. Like the noodle cups was the ones like the flavor ain't all the way through here. Like
the thing that made me mad about those is like
I'm eating it, but
you get the ones with shrimp in it, and the shrimp.
Yeah, you just straight make a grilled cheese back then, and then one of them noodle cups. She's like, yo, this bitch not.
On a cold day, it would.
Yo, you remember the noodle cups? The shrimp flavored noodle cups used to have the actual like mini shrimp in there.
That's what I was talking about. That's what I was just about.
Was that a real shrimp?
No, that wasn't.
Bro, that
Come
was
on,
not
bro.
shrimp.
Them shrimps was like this big, nigga. I'm sorry. And
Nigga,
the inside of it.
Yeah, inside of that.
And then you cook them down.
motherfuckers-
What they wouldn't even exist anymore. There wasn't no shrimp in them. You see when people doctor them up though. I do respect the
miniature.
people that get the big jumbo shrimp and put them joints in there. Yo. That's ingenuity. That is fine.
That shit on a low ramen is good. That's like a cuisine that's like respected.
Not out them cups that we be cooking.
Nah, that shit
is.
But I'm saying like the idea of the noodles with like shrimp and
The
shit. like that,
Naruto
like, if you
ramen,
eat it,
yo,
yeah,
I've had
yeah.
that. You been to a ramen spot before?
I have now.
Good ramen spot will
now.
definitely be. It's worth it. It's a good little trip, man. But it was definitely wild this past week for me, yo.
What happened?
I don't know if you saw it on Twitter, yo, but the rabbit fox that attacked that lady, it's like a 35-second video of
Was
this
it in
lady getting
Baltimore?
attacked. No, I don't know where it is.
Okay, good.
It just was a viral video because I seen somebody say they would have did like the Hulk did Loki if that thing ran up on, because it was
Damn,
like
big
the thing was
thrashing.
really small, yo, but
Big
it catch you off
thrashing.
guard and it bite the back of your calf muscle or something. Like you don't expect that. That's what happened. You need to see the video and then
I
you'll
would murder the
understand.
shit out that.
I know you would have killed it.
Sorry, Peter people, but like if an animal attacks me, you going out.
I know you'd have murked him, yo.
Yeah,
But
you know I would have.
that led me to this past week where we had 2 attacks from dogs in my building, yo. Apparently one was a UPS man and the other one was someone walking a small dog. I don't know if it was man or woman. That's why I said
Know
someone.
who I blame for that though? The dog owner.
Yes.
Control your fucking dog, bro.
Yeah, you got to put some
It don't
some
matter if they
respect on the
big,
dog.
small, none of that. I don't want to hear that shit. Like if you choose to be the owner, you gotta make sure, yo, if you know he get aggressive around certain shit,
You got to put him on a leash.
You even gotta have him on his leash, his harness, cause like the small dogs do be wilding. They wild out the
I
most.
know,
But you know niggas with small dogs like yo.
They got like Napoleon complex.
Yeah.
I just really hope it wasn't my boy Gunna. You know what I
It
mean?
probably was.
Gunna.
Yo, the small dogs be zapped out.
I got the
big
email.
dogs rarely bite somebody. They either gotta have like rabies or was raised like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like the big dogs be like, yo, I was just chilling. Why
I'm
are you doing this? Like either they was bred to fight or
Yeah,
I mean,
I agree with
big
that.
dogs are passive. Like even with Bacon, he wasn't necessarily big, but he was nowhere near as aggressive as mom and dad's dog down.
But
Think
he's
about it.
not like he is aggressive. Yeah,
Rocky would kill some shit.
Yeah.
I saw him get a bird, yo.
If he could get it,
He would have killed that motherfucker if I didn't intervene. The little ones just be angry, yo. The little dogs be angry,
My
yo.
little man, he bark at
Yeah,
everything.
Oh
and they be
my
really like,
goodness,
yo, what's
man.
up?
It's like calm
I'm like,
down.
yo, that's a pit bull. He
But
would,
he's a
he would
soft
definitely,
dog.
he would definitely kill you.
Like as soon as you bark, like
So is
back
Rocky.
at him,
I watched him bark at a dog from 10 feet down. As the dog kept coming forward, he cowered back to me
Yeah.
immediately. He's
Rocky's
not
so
with that.
soft. One
He's
time
not
he
with
got in a
that life.
whole
He not about that
altercation
life.
in the neighborhood, and then it started thunderstorming, and yo was scared. Like, yo, you scared of everything, bro.
He don't care, yo. He walks with his head held high, yo. That's a proud black man.
Yeah.
Rocky's black for sure.
all they are is like the people that talk loud to try to fend people off.
Uh-huh.
They really not about that life.
Mhm.
That's all the little dogs are.
Yeah,
Honestly,
little
that's
dogs
exactly
be
what they
bluffing
are. Bluffing.
extra hard. But they be scaring the big dogs. Like, yo, it's this pit bull that's so, like, well-mannered around our people's way. Like, you know the one with the big head?
Mm-hmm.
Come around. Yo, he's so friendly.
They do that
Rocky
intentionally.
be wildin'. And then I guess their kids was walking them today. And it was like, yo, Rocky,
bulls are,
chill.
like,
and
definitely-
the little girl, like, struggling because the pit bull, like, getting excited. And Rocky was really mad. Like, I could see the hair on his neck, like, raising. Like, yo,
He wouldn't have done that. If that dog would have
If that
came
dog
over
would
there,
have got
Rocky would
you,
have
I would
ran
have had
away.
to tuck you like a football, yo, and then take the L, yo. I would have had to fight the dog with you in my arm, yo.
Just him barking at you and shit. But speaking of big dogs, you see that nigga Aaron Donald at training camp?
Nah,
Come
you going
on,
crazy again?
Yo.
I mean, he
I gotta
always
find
was
this
crazy.
photo of him, yo, holding the two helmets. He was fighting somebody. It was a training camp fight between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Rams.
That happens though. Like people don't realize the level of like testosterone at like a football training camp.
He was wild.
I'm gonna
He
show
was
you.
like-
Before you say this
He was
happens,
double, oh, he was on his
before
Miles
you
Garrett
say
shit?
this happens, yo.
Oh, he was on his Miles Garrett.
Yes,
Worse.
with two helmets. Nigga.
Double Miles Garrett.
Look at this nigga, yo. This nigga's a menace to
Said Super
society.
Saiyan God level Miles
Look at
Garrett.
him, yo. At the top photo. He has two helmets in his hand, yo. And he was windmilling them bitches.
That's smart though.
Yes, it was.
Cause I remember niggas like we would get into fights in like a high school football practice or like scrimmage or
you
something.
try to punch the
and
helmet.
niggas would really try to hit a nigga helmet, be like my hand,
Yes,
yo.
of
Like
course your hand hurt,
punch
nigga.
the-
You're not Goku.
basically-
You're not Goku
He
out
thought he
here,
was-
yo.
He thought he was Super Saiyan.
Super Saiyan, yo. You gonna
Thought
try
he
to
was Super Saiyan, yo.
unless you could get up
Thought he
under
was
the
Goku
joint,
fighting Beerus,
hit him
like
like
getting it in, like
up under
I'll
on
get
some
him.
angle shit, like hit him on the chin if you don't got his chin strap on.
Yeah.
You're gonna break your hand, yo. Something is gonna
Ultra
break
break.
severely, yo. You can't punch it. You rip them helmets off because you can't even move if you rip a helmet off, yo. Like
Yeah.
you gonna be, he's gonna be falling forward, and that nigga's strong as hell. But yeah, big dog
Yeah.
on the field.
Nah, Aaron Donald is an animal, yo. Like he's one of the greatest defensive players of this like generation. When did he come in the league? Like 2015?
I don't even remember his draft class, but yeah, he's a dog.
He's amazing, yo.
He's a dog.
And he got the perfect like size for his position, so he's gonna be good for a while. Yeah. Yo, know something funny since you talking about training camps? Shout out Nitty Gritty on this, and shout out Nick because he the one that probably posted this. But did you see Pete Carroll throwing the football around, yo?
You gotta chill.
Yo, I think Nick or whoever on Nitty Gritty posted it that day, and he was like, he gonna tear his rotator cuff, and I was like, yo, that nigga a vampire, yo. He like 90. Yo, you know
definitely
he's like
92.
70. He about
Yes,
to be
I know.
71, and
He's
like
been old since he came to the Seahawks.
yo, he about to be 71 though. Doing that, yo, yeah, that nigga a vampire, yo. He definitely should have been in Day Shift, yo.
Oh,
He's the
man.
main villain from Day Shift, yo.
Yeah, but I've been following up Hard Knocks. We kind of trashed it a little bit. The Lions still look like they're gonna be trash, regardless. With
I
Hard
like that
Knocks.
running back that got though the anime one.
I do
the
like
one-
Williams. I think that's his last name, and they have they have a receiver that I like too. That I don't trust Goff though. That's the only thing I would trust Jared Goff.
Jared Goff could get it off if they got a line.
It doesn't look like they have.
All right, if they don't have a line, yeah, that's done with a nigga like that.
But I think they did draft like one of the top linemen. though.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah,
If they
So
got a
yeah,
decent line,
if that's the
they'd
case,
be
if they
good.
got a decent line, then they can.
And they play a lot of
because their
bullshit
defense
teams
looks
throughout
pretty
the
good.
season, so
Their defense
they
actually
might-
looks solid. Though. Like that doesn't look that
Besides
bad.
the Packers, well, Minnesota's alright too.
But I'm actually more excited because we was talking about this pre-pod about the You seen the Hopkins training camp catch?
yeah.
He cut that bitch with one hand. The Cardinals are on the mid-season Hard Knocks. That's gonna be hard. That's gonna be.
Oh,
way
they gonna
better.
have like through the full season with this?
Yeah, no. What they do is they have a preseason one, and then they have a team they do during the season. Like the Colts was during the season last season. I forgot who was preseason, but they've been doing 2 seasons basically per year now.
Tough.
So they preseason and now the regular season one is almost 100 times better than the preseason one, and it's
I'm like
and that one is
100
pretty
times
decent.
behind.
It don't
Oh, it was
matter. I
the
mean, it's
Colts
football.
last year, like mid-season, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
the Colts
I
joint
remember that.
mid-season was fire, yo. It really
'Cause
had
they
me
had that
believing
nice
in
ass
the
running
Colts.
back.
Yeah,
They had that nice ass
Jonathan
running back.
Taylor
That's
was
all I'm
going
about to
crazy.
say.
Yeah.
Running back,
Yeah, that nice ass running
Jonathan
back.
Taylor, yeah.
Yeah.
That nigga's an
I
animal.
remember I played fantasy, so I was like, oh yeah, that nigga getting numbers,
crazy nice.
big numbers.
It was him and my man Cooper Kupp was a fucking GOAT last year.
I'm excited for the fantasy draft tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I got to maneuver, man, because I'm gonna be out and about. I'm not brunching this. I went to brunch again last week, which was pretty good. At a spot called Bad Habit in DC. A little expensive, a little
Habit.
pricey, but it was good. The food was good as shit. Let me show you the chicken waffles. I
Sidebar,
had.
one of my favorite Maxwell songs is Bad Habits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got a chicken.
Don't
and
say
waffles
you're my
joint.
bad habit, baby. You're my.
Yeah, that's
that looks
basically how I
beautiful.
felt when I went to this shit. The little chicken and waffles and shit,
Yeah.
the little smothered. She had the little smothered sandwich with some kind of little cheese sauce.
You
on
was
the
out
top
there,
of it.
nigga. I'm him.
We had the mimosas, yo. The host person that was helping us, yo. This nigga, man, he was trying to get us lit. Yo. That nigga kept coming back, filling them up. Because you got the basically, was it like a 2-hour limit on how many you can drink? Nigga, man. He kept coming back, filling up. I was getting wavy.
You was out there like Genuine?
He was like, anybody like shots? I was like, nah, nigga, I'm cool. Yo, my whole life has changed. Quagmire
Yo,
ass
when you
nigga.
sent me that, I was like, Genuine has been cutting up since Rich said
since
this.
we mentioned it.
Though you low-key put
That's
some
why
kind
I
of
said
possession on this nigga that
I'm
just
so
wild
happy
out
that led
every
into
week.
this because this is perfect topic.
It started
to get
with the
into,
knees. Like you said, he had the drunk uncle knees.
I've been telling
then, like
people
a month later,
that
had,
he don't
like, the
sing a
video where he
song.
was hitting the low
Have you
key
seen him
knees.
singing anything on any of these videos?
No.
Exactly.
9 o'clock.
Yo, when he did the spin around, yo, was that joint? Was that? Hit me back. Yo, that shit.
Hoping you come over. Yo, he's a classic legend though.
Nah,
like,
man. But
yo,
he
you
don't
a
be
legend.
singing.
Genuine, we need you on here. We said some shit, and I said some shit. But I fuck with you, bro. You hard,
DMV
dog. Like,
legend,
we need
man.
you on here,
I
dog.
feel like he knows that the dances are now going viral, so he just turning up.
Yeah, he is
I
now.
think he's just having fun with it, yo.
My dad knew about the Quagmire shit. Like before you got there, he brought it up to me. He was like, "Did you see that Genuine clip?
Hilarious, yo.
He did the Quagmire." I was like, "Yeah, I saw it."
Genuine is a hilarious dude, man.
That's so weird with mom and dad like diving in and understanding like the algorithms and like the social media.
I think the
shit
one
now.
thing with me is
like
when
they be seeing that. I'm sure your peoples do too. And you be like,
Mom,
yo,
she done figured it out, yo.
yeah.
you can see it when they start like with small. Like it starts when they start using emojis. Once they start using them, it just gradually advances into different worlds depending upon what
I
they
knew
get
when
into.
Dad started sending us gifts in the family group.
Nah,
chat.
you know when I
was
knew
like,
when Dad
why you got Baby Yoda?
back in the day. I don't know if this still exists, and I don't want them niggas to sue me and no shit. But you remember that shit, Media Takeout?
Mm-hmm.
Dad used to religiously send me some shit
loves
from
that
Media
kinda stuff,
Takeout.
yo.
Yo. I was like, yo, where did you even find
The
this
nasty
website,
drama.
yo? This website is horrid,
Everybody
yo.
loves it though. I'm not disrespecting.
It is.
Everybody secretly
It sells, man. It's what
You're
sells.
watching that like, yo, this shit
Turmoil
is
and sex sell a lot, bro. Like you're gonna sell out with that.
yeah.
But yeah, with the parent thing, I was just thinking about this because I called up Pop this past week too. Just talked to him for a little bit. He had me dying, yo. Because he was
guy.
mad hype about just being still spry for his age, or he get into his over 80 bag and just talking about how his people look now versus how he's doing. Just like, I feel you, Pop. Yo, you doing your thing. But this, bro, did you?
That's that mail carrier shit for 30 years. Like, yo, you was already doing athletic stuff. He didn't have to work out with that
Yeah,
career.
he was getting his steps. That
He
10,000
literally
step
said
shit
it was
y'all was doing.
blizzards where he still had to deliver mail back
Yeah,
then. They didn't
USPS
care if it
don't
was a
stop,
fucking
though.
blizzard back then.
No, USPS
Yeah,
don't
we
stop.
still expect you to be here on time and get the shit done, especially 'cause you
Goddamn
black.
right. But House of the Dragon started. The Game of Thrones prequel joint.
Yeah, you called me about it. How did you feel
So fucking
overall?
fire. I can't really talk too much
One
detail with it.
episode?
It's only one. Yeah, it's gonna be every week. So the next one come out. It'll be out actually after this episode comes out. So it's out.
Don't
But
worry, we gonna have the homie Nate through, and he loves shit like that.
yo,
he
did
asked
he
me
like
about
that? Did he say
He
like
didn't
it?
really get into it too much because when I was getting my cut, I was like, yo, you know, I'm not up on the Game
That
of
shit about
Thrones.
to be
Like, yo.
wild. And that's what I was trying to tie that back to Pop. Pop even fuck with Game of Thrones.
Oh, he loves Game of
Now,
Thrones.
that's
He loves
that's
Game
a
of
that's a
Thrones.
nigga right there, man. Like
Real
that guy is a
dude.
real dude, yo.
Real
Like
dude.
he loves Game of Thrones. So I
Popeyes
meant
wild
to ask him to
educated,
see if
though.
he saw this. Yeah, he's a big reader as well. Yo.
Yeah, he's
definitely-
well educated.
He gave me some good books to check out a
He's
while
one of
back.
those people that people need to see. Like, yo, if you don't take a per se conventional route, like he's a legendary individual that can show you everything.
Mm-hmm.
And he's way smarter than most people I know,
He did his thing, man.
and has more common sense than anybody I ever met.
He did his thing, man. But yeah, Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon joint, fire. I'm excited.
Yes, sir.
It doesn't really. It could help you if you do watch Game of Thrones.
So do I have to watch the old one to get to the new one?
Technically no, because this is the prequel. So this would be leading into the one, but you wouldn't understand the references for the
you'd
names.
be like, why they just
Like
paying
we
the
got
camera on
excited.
this
Like
nigga
one of
for
the
30
scenes
minutes?
you see, they were talking about, I guess, who was going to be the next heir at this point, which is what they discuss at the end of it. And you hear, I can't remember if this was that specific scene, but anyway, you hear them say one of the people is something Stark. And it's like, oh shit, this was one of the Stark
it's like his
ancestors.
mom's or
Because this
something?
is like 100 plus. This is like years in the
Grandmother.
past.
All right,
This
Jon
is like his
Stark's
great grandmother or some shit like, or
Great
grandfather.
granny.
His great grandfather and shit. He was like the leader of the clan or some shit like that at that point. But you
That's
hear
what
that
they
name.
Call him. He was Paw.
Yeah, and then of course, Daenerys, her lineage is basically how she got to use the dragons. That's what all this shit is about.
Hey,
Her
Zay,
lineage.
you be fucking with the Game of Thrones?
Nah,
Yeah, I'm not hip.
I love
either.
that shit.
I keep saying.
But niggas that get on it, they be like arguing like how we be about like sports. Like they
It's
love
OD,
that shit.
bro. It's OD because
The
you
last season was like I remember niggas. In
I
the
tell
barbershop,
everybody.
like, arguing about each episode.
anybody getting into it, yo, you just don't fall in love with nobody because there's a strong possibility that nigga's gonna die.
You was like Eminem after certain.
One of my
episodes.
favorite players, one of my
Please
favorite
don't
characters
go
died
wondering why.
in like season 1. Like, it's
Damn.
like this shit is 8 seasons long. He was dead. I thought this was the main nigga, and he died. His son, I thought he was gonna be the next main nigga. He died a horrific death, yo. Like one of the most gruesome deaths on that shit, yo. It's
Damn.
so bad.
I think that's dope though. Like a series like stepping in and like killing the main
Yes,
characters
man.
and stuff and like
And
making
being
it
able to
actually
keep
gritty,
it going.
like,
Because
that's
you get
very important. Any directors, all that shit. Like yo, that shit just like it changes the whole idea of a show.
Yeah, it's a lot of dialogue though. That's so if you're not the type of person that got time to sit down and actually watch the shit, then you might.
And
not
you
be
know
into
that era just don't do it for me. Like that's why niggas be like, yo, you ain't watch Harry Potter, you ain't like really
Well, I
like
love
Lord of the
Harry
Rings,
Potter.
like
Harry Potter was
all
my
that shit. Cause first off, I can't say how I really feel about that era, but we know, if you know me.
Yeah, they trying to
It's
make up
just
for
like,
that.
yeah,
they trying to
like,
they put a few of them in
That
this
doesn't really
House of the
intrigue
Dragon
me.
joint.
It probably wasn't as heroic as
I
everybody.
like the male character that's in it, but his kids, I'm cool on their wigs. They don't need to have them shits on their heads, bro.
They pop out with the motherfucking.
They look
super
crazy
long
as
shit.
hell. They look crazy as hell. His look fine.
They worse than Tyler Perry wigs.
Boy, like
Nah, it can't be worse than
nah,
Tyler Perry.
it just they kids with
Tyler
wigs
Perry
on,
got
yo.
the worst
It's
wigs.
gonna look weird with kids with wigs on, though. Like I think a white wig, like they have white hair. So
Yeah, that's
You know what I mean?
low
They got the
wig.
Gohan wig.
yes,
Gohan.
essentially they got the old school joints from back in like 1647, yo. Like them shits where they had the buckle strap shoes with the heel on the back of it. That type wig is on their
wooden
heads.
heel?
Yeah.
Nigga had the wooden heel on the
With the
loafers.
buckle. You remember when what's the name had them shits on in boxing? Sean Porter had them shits on
He
when
had
he was
on heels?
hosting? No, it was basically like he had the buckle strap joints from back in the Pilgrim days, yo. I gotta find that.
This nigga look like Leprechaun from the hood.
It's really one of the worst dresses.
It's so bad. He got the thickest tie. I mean, the neck, though. The tie, bro. Why does it take up majority of your neck?
It's
like
gotta,
that?
yo, it's gotta be.
Yeah, the
bulletproof,
tie
man.
knot should never take up your neck.
You know what? That's what it is, yo. It's bulletproof, yo. It's to protect him from
Yeah.
any shots. Because that bitch gonna deflect anything. He could
He
just
put the
move
neck
left
out,
or right.
Like
yo.
a nigga shoot the gun, he just put the neck
Bulletproof
out, yo,
vest
block,
tie.
to block it, yo.
He should start
Like
selling them
Tony
shits,
Stark
man.
arc reacting like in his, right
He just press that joint and just the suit come out his back and shit.
That's like on fucking Space Jam when Jordan fell down the hole. Like,
Yeah. Nigga,
hella
man.
lame, yo.
Nigga, it was some good shits on this past week, though, yo. You want to talk about
my
anything?
bad. We've been on our random shit the whole time, but like, we gotta say happy birthday. Well, happy belated birthday to Retro Roy. His birthday just passed.
Salute 30.
I saw
I don't
that.
want to give his age, but happy birthday,
Yeah,
bro.
our guy. Yeah, enjoy. I hope you enjoyed your birthday.
Yeah, man.
Y'all see Deontay Wilder was back training and he looked like lean. 14 weeks. That's why I've been doing pull-ups and
he
shit.
putting Buddy down. He putting Buddy down.
He's
early.
gonna
It ain't
murder
gonna, it
that
ain't
nigga.
gonna be a lot of that boxing shit he doing. I respect him for showing it, but he putting Buddy the fuck down.
Keep it a being here, beat the shit out of the nigga that fought Anthony
Any
Johnson.
other nigga really but
Yeah,
Tyson
beat the shit
Fury,
out of
yo.
him.
I just like any nigga. I
Ass
don't
whooping.
see it, yo.
Legitimate.
You talking about
I'm looking
Usyk?
at the camera. He will beat that nigga's ass. Guaranteed. I want this. Bad.
Alexander Usyk is his name.
Alexander
He's
Usyk.
stretching.
Hey man, he put the pause on Anthony
Stretch.
Joshua. Yo. I respect him, but you getting stretched if you face the
Joshua
Braun.
too.
Oh, Braun.
That's
yeah,
why he
would've put him
never
down.
stepped in there in that.
It's a whole reason. It's a known reason now.
Knows
How
he
I
would
ain't
die.
going there. He would have died in
He
that
may
way.
not be as great of a boxer.
Nigga said, "Throw in the towel.
Throw in the damn
Throw
towel.
in the damn towel." Nigga was stressed out in the side of on the corner.
It's
Why
something-
didn't he throw the towel? Could he not find a towel?
I think he didn't want it thrown in.
No, I'm saying a nigga that was screaming to throw in the towel. Wasn't he in the corner?
Oh, he was.
Oh yeah, I It was being extra dramatic.
I'd have been
could
like,
throw in
fuck
the
that
towel,
shit,
you know?
man. Like, this nigga's getting obliterated. Oh, he's gonna die right
Rocky let
now.
his mans die. That's kind of
Like, he really did let his mans die.
I didn't like
Yeah.
that, yo.
Damn,
I didn't
yo.
like that at all, yo. And you ever notice Rocky didn't give the brothers rematches, yo? Even if they beat him first. And Rocky's my favorite act, like series, but still, yo, I always didn't like that.
Rocky, you gonna explain
But I
yourself,
mean,
yo?
he was the Great White Hope,
He
and he
never
wasn't
gave
even
a
American.
rematch.
That was the
Rambo.
thing.
Clubber Lang beat the dog out of him, yo. He deserved
Sylvester
a rematch.
Stallone, why he didn't get the rematch, the equalizer fight, yo?
Creed didn't get his rematch after he won the first fight. Like Rocky was kind of slick, yo.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
He just come back.
Even
Adrian!
Antonio Tarver was the champ. I never heard of him.
Adrian!
Yeah.
I'm just keeping it real.
Nigga never wanted to give a nigga a rematch.
He used to get his ass whooped in that ring, though, bro. And come
And-
back round 12.
I've been playing a lot of San Andreas, yo. The mission where you got to get your flight license is still equally as hard, yo. I've been trying to beat that all week. Like, when you go back to Vegas and you got to, like, fly to the joint and, like, get there, and then you got to go to flight school. And you got to do these, like, dumbass, like, trainings with the plane. That's not easy to fly by any means. Like, first off, to go right and left is L1 and R2, right? But you got to keep the speed right, and you got to also maintain the level that it's flying on, like literally like keeping the air under the wings and like.
Instead of just hitting the trigger like you
Why
would for
y'all
everything
doing
else
this,
that
yo?
you drive and fly
Why
with.
y'all doing this?
You're making shit way more difficult than it needs to be. But, you know, video games.
Extremely hard. Yo.
That's how you
But
gotta
shout
get 'em,
out
bro.
San Andreas. Worth like
I didn't really play
$6
too much with the
million on
games.
there.
I definitely jumped back on Madden, of course. I started a new franchise. I'm on the Chargers now. And we got some pieces, yo. I got Alvin Kamara as my running
Ooh,
back.
that's nice.
Jalen Waddle. That was that video I showed you earlier.
Yeah, that
him
was hard.
getting that in and out move craziness. And a bunch of speedster ass receivers, yo. I forgot their other names, but they skipping me right now. But the
Yeah.
defense is solid too, yo. We decent.
Yeah.
We might win the chip.
So what position are you?
Quarterback. I'm the
QB?
quarterback of the team. 5'10".
Lamar type QB or like
No, I'm 5'10". I'm like
Joe Burrow?
I'm more like a smaller Mahomes.
Josh
Russell Wilson.
Allen?
I'm closer to Russell Wilson.
So Josh Allen.
No,
Like
Russell Wilson, because Josh Allen is 6'7" or some shit like
Oh,
that.
okay.
Russell Wilson's only like 5'10". My guy's like 5'10". He's a little dude.
You made a 5'10" quarterback?
Yeah, he be getting it in.
I get it.
Yo, Russell Wilson, look his height up. He like 5'10", 5'11". That nigga's little as shit.
I would have made him bigger if I could.
I want a
own Madden.
baseball player like style improviser quarterback. I don't want a scrambler. I want a nigga that can just be running
So was
all
the
around.
quarterback for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah, I
small-
think he's
he's
smaller than
smaller
that.
than
Yeah. He might be 5'9".
He a little nigga though.
No, he can throw that rock though. You seen that shit?
If he gets Greg Roman on his team, he will lose his career.
Anybody get Greg Roman on their team, they'll lose their
Yeah,
career.
that's why they gotta pay Lamar because he got hit a lot.
Nah, man, I give it to Kyler. Kyler's a dog.
He's not a dog like Lamar.
That's a fact. Not even gonna hesitate this time. It ain't gonna be no. I don't care if we go 0-17. It's Lamar or
Yeah.
God. It's like
He already proved himself. That's what I don't like. Like
Fuck
if
that.
this was a white dude that did that, it would have been completely.
Oh, he
different.
would have been the greatest quarterback of all
Honestly,
time.
not even white. Any other race except black. black.
Black is what it is.
Yeah, it's black. It's black.
Because they did the
That
same
really
shit to
bothers me.
Cam when he was black until he
Yeah,
started
they
trying
don't
to
like
bounce
black.
back and forth for a second, and then he went back to black.
He has cornrows. He's from the hood.
You seen that black pro cornhole player? Nice as shit.
He about to cook everybody.
Look at this nigga, man. His name is on Instagram. It's Mr. Too Real to Forget. Adrian Johnson, professional cornhole player from
And
the
Adrian
ACL.
Johnson is a black
Nigga,
name.
look at this nigga. Like, he only got like 6,000 followers.
Shout
You
out
can't
to
go to
homie.
it. That's just a picture of it. But
Shout out to homie.
nah, man. Definitely was hyped when I read that shit earlier this week.
Yeah.
Mike
Insane.
isms for this week before we
Yeah.
continue on as well. Yeah,
What
it's a good
isms do
it's
we
a
have
good
this
time
week?
for an ism this week. I'm gonna save it before. Let's keep going with the convo about what was you about to get into?
I was actually going to talk about something that was literally the pivotal piece of this episode, the Manti Te'o documentary
Okay.
in totality.
Yeah, and I'ma say
Because you
that.
brought it up last week, but I watched it and it was fucking hilarious, yo. This is literally one of the most comical things I've ever seen in my entire life.
Untold got it, man. Untold
Yeah.
God, I told you this, they got the series, the docs. They got that shit.
I just don't understand how you could be this green.
No, I can. I can understand.
How can you
it.
be this green?
You gotta look at. So you looking at it, and this is why I valued him talking at the end. I got emotional. I'm not gonna hold you when he was talking at the end and he started crying and shit. Like I got a little emotional about that shit. You gotta realize where he was coming from. He's coming off essentially an island into a place where he had never really been to before. He's playing football for this Catholic school. He's not really Catholic, I don't think. And then he knows no one that is hit like a Pacific Islander like him. So he meets someone online that identifies exactly with that. It's like if somebody gets on there, we don't have a culture like that. We don't have like where you have shit like that. So they mentioning like specific things that are direct with your culture. So he probably just went with it. He didn't think nothing of it. Now for him to keep going with it for years.
See, my thing is when he first graduated high school, okay. But as the top linebacker on Notre Dame and almost winning a Heisman Trophy, I'm sure you interacted with other women.
I think it's the fact that we don't have a cultural identifier. Like if we were, like say if you were Nigerian, I'm sure if somebody comes over here and this nigga just start whipping out shit that you, like online, they saying shit that you had never heard anyone around you say. You were surrounded by white people, essentially. They don't know shit about your culture. They think you fucking Indian or something like that. They don't even know what you are. Yeah. So you meet somebody online and y'all just, it's an instant click of the conversation. But he just didn't know he was talking.
Talking to it. At that time, a dude.
Granted.
At that time, a dude.
That nigga was wilding, man. Yo, you
know the funniest part that killed me, yo? And I called you about it because I was crying. I posted it on
I was
my
at
Insta
brunch
story.
when you called me. I was all loud on the phone, yo. I was drunk off the mimosas, yo.
Yo, first off, the guy that transcended into a woman later in life, you feel me, that was catfishing Manti, he was like, yeah, when I was down and out, at times back then, the person I used to call was Manti.
Yeah.
Yo, and then the nigga started singing some like emotional ass Titanic ass song. Yo, that's yo, that's the funniest doc of all time, yo. This nigga, yo.
Somebody said, I seen a woman say this, so I felt comfortable with repeating this shit, but she said that he definitely deserved, he should have been locked up back then, at least for 30 days, yo. It was unfair for what he did, yo. This shit was crazy. He even switched the voice, everything.
Nigga was
wow,
so crazy, because
like
in the first episode, you kind of like learned the whole story behind it. And then in the second one, his homeboys just going off like the niggas that he was in college in the dorm with. And the white boy was like, hey, man, I used to be there when I used to be playing a game or something while he was doing whatever, talking to her. He was like, it was so many voices on there. He should work for Disney.
Yeah.
I was like,
yo, to be able to switch up the voice and not lose character is amazing.
Pretended that a motherfucker died. Pretended to be the brother. Oh, wow. Pretended to be the girl dying. Had the beeping machine in the background and still
came back to life. That's when Manti was like, nah, fuck that. Nah, you lying to me now, yo. How the fuck you back to live, yo? What are you talking about? She was like, I had to escape this over here. Like, yo, this nigga Manti. You have to watch it,
This is the most
bro.
egregious thing I've ever seen in
my
entire
watch
life.
it.
It's the funniest
crazy,
doc
man.
I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's some good shit on Netflix, though. I definitely just caught one about the nigga John McAfee.
Nah, we gotta stay in the Untold bag.
Yeah, let's stay in the Untold bag. You right.
Untold.
Are we done with Manti, though?
Manti, we done with you, but Untold also dropped the And One doc.
Yeah, I forgot all about that.
Bro, fire.
Can you believe
fire?
Pocket watching was like one of the downfalls of And One basketball, yo. That was like one of the key downfalls.
See, I think what a lot of those guys didn't get is like a nigga coming to, not a nigga, a white dude investing money into you, coming to a random court.
You need to ask for more money.
And y'all not NBA material?
You need to ask for more money because he sees something more than you actually have.
Because Hot Sauce was really like, it was like, back then it was like AI, Kobe Bean, Paul Pierce, and Hot Sauce. Mm-hmm. Like, niggas literally had their basketball ranking like that. Vince
wore the And
Did
Ones.
I say T-Mac?
I don't know.
T-Mac and then him.
You remember how they highlighted that?
Hot Sauce was that nigga, yo.
No,
Hot Sauce was that nigga. Yo.
Nigga, it was basically pocket watching that killed that shit. Niggas started getting tight. They was getting into fights after they found out.
Because
they
all that
looking,
money
you
to
looking
Hot
at
Sauce and
somebody
the
else. It's
Professor.
like, yo,
the Professor and Hot Sauce.
the
was
Professor
basically
just
the only
came
niggas that
on.
was
Why is he
paid.
getting all this photo shine like
Because
this?
the Professor was actually like nice and he was a white boy, so he fit in. And Eminem was hot back then, so this was like all this shit was
that's a
like
fact.
a fucking branding masterpiece.
Hooping the Eminem, yo, that was marketability.
Nigga said, "Please
Holy
don't go,
shit.
I
Yo,
watch
my
and
goodness,
watch
they should have did a
out.
video together.
I
you
got
know?
all this bad at all.
That's bad
The
funny.
raindrops falling down my window.
That's a classic song.
Nigga
I get
cooking
it.
niggas.
That's the
though.
only M song I like. But no, that shit was sad though. Like, cause you really see them, they were really competing. I think I forgot how many months was it? It was like a year or something, like where they was
was
competing with
multiple
Nike.
years.
They was up
Yeah,
there one or
it was
two with
multiple
Nike,
years.
yo. It was like as far as in their signature shoe releases and shit.
And it
like
was,
that.
and
Oh,
yo,
wow.
I fuck with the super smart white boy that was like not the main guy, but he did everything on the back end. Like he designed the
created the shoes?
shoes, he designed
worked
all the
himself to
shirts.
death down there.
Yo, he was the Zay of and one, yo, like yo, secretly behind the scenes, yo, nobody ever knew about this dude, and he literally created everything, yo,
Yeah.
everything, yo,
He said that shit went through the roof though when Vince wore them shits in that dunk contest.
yeah.
I ain't even.
But
I
then
forgot all about that.
But did you see when they talked about the NBA commercial that like literally did Scary Movie 2?
Completely obliterated.
That obliterated and one.
All of and one was done in one commercial. Yo.
They had Jason Williams. Then he handed it off to like Jason Kidd. Then he handed it off to
Didn't
another.
they call
nigga.
it? They called it something though. It was like basketball freestyle is what they worded it as instead of like it was some other word they used instead of and one. They used it as like basketball freedom or something like that.
Yeah.
Like it was totally different spin on it. And
then they had the
goddamn.
Nike the basketball shit, and they would have like NBA niggas pop up on there. Like it wasn't and one since it was a contract.
Remember they had on MTV Battlegrounds?
Yeah, NBA Battlegrounds.
That was like Nike, I think, sponsored. Like they just obliterated and one. Yo, there's nothing they can do.
Now, when that commercial came out, it was super legendary.
Man,
They made songs off of the shoes squeaking.
wasn't that based on Scary Movie? No, Scary Movie did that. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Too.
Yeah.
Nah, man, that's a classic. That's a classic black commercial.
You know how many times I was practicing bouncing the ball with my knees, yo, just because of that commercial, and then, yo.
I remember niggas that couldn't hoop that well, that just could handle the ball well, would do the spider thing, and they would get respect at the court. Like
Yo,
when
the
you
spider
just
thing
really
was annoying as hell. What was that really doing?
Yo,
Separation?
It was funny. It's an old head I know, yo, and he's known out here, but I can't say his name because like.
I get it.
But yeah, he was a coach back in them days, yo. And I brought it up to him when I saw him. I'm like, yeah, did you see the and one doc? He was like, I hate and one basketball. He was like, that's when dudes just started dribbling around a lot and not scoring.
I could believe that with an old head. I could believe a
No, he's a
older,
basketball nigga.
yeah,
And he used to
a
hoop.
a
So he was
basketball
like-
purist. Yeah, was gonna be upset.
He's a purist. He still be frying dudes now. He's probably like dad's age, like
Yeah, you're gonna be upset with that.
58 straight.
We used to love that, yo. Hey, yo.
Oh,
Yo.
baby.
Oh, baby. Yo,
was
that
hard.
nigga was the beast, yo. But yeah, it was pocket watching got him. Don't pocket watch people.
And he was all hood
Skip
niggas.
said it
They was
perfect.
all like legitimately hood
Skip to
niggas.
my loose said it perfect on that. He was like, yo, well, you can't really be mad at them niggas. Like, you get what you negotiate.
And they was
mad
all hood
popular,
niggas.
yo.
But they was
I don't
ultra
think
hood.
anybody expected it to blow the way it did. That was the issue.
You don't realize though, I give Hot Sauce the most credit, and I'm sorry to spoil the doc for you, but Hot Sauce said he was locked up. He got out, and niggas was gassing his hooping skills on the court so much. They was like, "Yo, go to this and one tournament." He started doing a little shit where he used to be frying niggas at the court. Got a deal the day after he got out. The day after he got out.
Legendary.
Hood nigga. That's the most
Ultimate
legendary hood
hard
nigga
shit,
story
yo.
ever come out of prison and get an and one basketball deal. Not even NBA, and you making damn near NBA money.
He was making NBA money back then.
Close
Because
to
that was before NBA money was like multiple millions for like trash niggas. Not trash, but like mediocre NBA players.
Yeah.
But-
No, it was a hell of a series. Like I said, Untold. I'm waiting for I think the next one. I hope it come out this week. The referee one. I don't know why I can never remember this nigga name.
And
Donahue.
know what showed me like the difference though in the and one doc? Like the way black people think versus the way like how people like they hid all that information from us business wise. So like now we understand, but their generation didn't get it. Like you remember how the one dude was talking like, yeah, I don't understand what happened. Overnight they sold it. And then you see the 3 guys that owned it, and they was like, we saw profit margins were dipping. We saw this, that, the third.
Bottom line is the only thing that mattered to them niggas.
So it could be profitable, and we got out of there. None of us enjoyed that shit, but I'm like, damn, like, yo, you don't even get to get think from a business mind. They like, yo, you should, like, that's one thing we got to stop thinking is somebody's going to be like loyal, like your family member in a business.
In business.
No, not business.
In
Not
a
in
business
business,
endeavor, that's not going to happen. Like, and this guy's like probably 50 now.
Because you had a
Like,
conversation with me, okay, but
you
ultimately
knew I
it
was
gonna
struggling
happen.
at that time. I'm like, nigga, they didn't give a fuck about that shit. They was glad you was hooping and doing crazy moves and on ESPN.
You was product to them.
Yeah, when you stop doing that,
That's real.
they don't give a fuck about that shit.
Hell of a series though. Enjoyed it, man.
Imagine
Excellent.
Hot Sauce in the social media era.
He would have took over.
Bro, it'd have been crazy.
He just took over.
Yeah.
That's the only nigga I seen dribbling the basketball on a carpet and still had crazy handles. I'm like, how do you even dribble a basketball on the carpet? First off, how are you dribbling that?
But I just like how they did the story, yo, from beginning to end. Like, that's the name of the series, the name of the documentary. But I just enjoy how they pulled it all together from Stephon Marbury all the way down to the end of the shit. Like, you get to see all that, which is awesome because you get to see him even scramble after Stephon Marbury situation with them.
Did y'all cop Street Hoops? The video game?
Yeah, I had
Of
all.
course,
We had every
everybody bought that
basketball
shit.
game that you could get. Yo.
50 on
Everybody
it?
bought
We had
that
all
shit.
them shits.
Everybody bought that shit.
We had all
It
them
was
shits.
Half man, half amazing,
Yeah, not
and
50. Half man, half amazing was on the cover.
yeah. That game was trash though. I didn't really like the mechanics.
Yeah, but I had to make it work because they had a Baltimore court. So
You
I
can
had,
make it
like,
work.
In my mind, I was making it work.
You don't remember the Baltimore court? They did have one.
You used to play shit like that.
I
used
played
to be
that
on
shit
Jack
all the
and
time. I used
Dexter
to
and
get
shit
tight.
back then.
Used to get tight with that. I wanted a nigga with hot sauce handles and the AO jump shot. That's all I was looking for.
AO was nice.
AO was pure
I
basketball.
don't understand he didn't make the league because he
It
was
probably
like
was.
6'4",
He seems like
6'5".
he had a show. He just was one of them type niggas.
6'4" maybe. He was sizable. 6'3".
He could hoop. He could hoop though.
The Alamo was my favorite. Rest in peace.
Ooh, the Alamo was
That was my
fire.
favorite dude.
I forgot he passed.
He could
I think
hoop.
Cadillac passed
He
too.
could-
Yeah, Cadillac passed a little while
He
ago.
was nice, yo.
I didn't realize he was.
Mark Jackson.
Yeah, until Zay told me.
They
that.
didn't talk about that back in the day, and we found that out like
When you
recently.
think about it, they do look alike.
Yeah,
They do.
once you said that and you go look at him, you can see the shit for sure. Just a bigger
He could
version.
dunk, yo. He was hella big. He could dunk, yo. He was nice, yo. Handles, everything.
Rest in peace, like you said, man.
I wish I could hoop like
Also, rest in peace to Chet. We tried to tell you.
that. Who's Chet?
Not rest in peace for real, but
Oh.
at least his NBA career right now is
Well,
not.
He
It's
got
not.
a red shirt here, Chet Holmgren.
It's going, yeah. Chet Holmgren. You don't remember the big skinny nigga that I showed you that was hooping?
yeah.
Got his ass hurt in the pro am.
It's probably good for him that he gonna sit out a year though.
Think so?
Right.
He need to
He's
bulk
so
up.
slim, he
I
does
mean, we said that was the whole argument I had when I brought him up the last time. Though he just too small, frail, nigga. Like you gotta get some weight on you, cause you're not fast like KD is. Like KD is at least quick and shifty with it. You're not as fast as he is, so you just a frail body out there. They gonna be beating the shit out you. LeBron, he injured himself on what looked like a pretty it wasn't that crazy of
did
a
a
play.
finger
It was
roll
the
and
basic.
rolled
It
his
was
ankle.
the basic LeBron move that he do to the cup, but doing it at like 65%, and he got hurt off of that, yo.
Maybe
That tells
less
you
than
everything you need to know.
65. He might have been
Yeah, you
at
gotta keep
40,
your body
50%, yo. He was given to him, and he
Yeah.
broke, like, his whole body just dismantled, yo. Like, he's not, I don't think he can last.
Yeah.
But hopefully he get a good recovery because he's talented. We want to see him in the league, but that Porzingis type, I mean, I don't know, man. Like,
Yeah, nah.
I always tell you, all the people that's real shifty and can move and do all of that handling and all that stuff as like people who are like 7 feet, and it's not good on the rest of their body.
Exactly.
It's
You're not
weird.
supposed to
It
be
works
able to
as a
do that.
detriment in some aspects. All them dudes always have lower. Even KD has a lot of lower leg injuries, yo, because your body not really
His
built for all
feet,
of that, yo.
Micro fractures,
Yeah.
all type of shit.
Too much force, yo.
Ankles, all that shit is fucked up with him.
Yeah. It was really
Yeah.
bad, man, but yeah.
And y'all was talking about it before the podcast, but yes, I agree with you, Rich.
What?
I love them both, but Benny the Butcher
And
and
Freddie
Freddie
Gibbs?
Gibbs are way too old for this type of shit. Like, I be confused. Like, I almost tweeted it like, yo, I'm not internet beefing with nobody
Nah.
at my age.
What I can say, though, because I'm old. I'm not a young man. But this shit, the barber coming, nigga, That's hilarious, yo. Like, there's some funny things coming from this. I just really hope nobody gets hurt, yo. But this is funny.
First off, y'all niggas too old to be even hurting each other over dumb shit.
The barber coming, nigga, and then using that picture.
Yo, both of y'all niggas can rap, yo. I'm gonna be the mediator. Stop it, yo.
Look at this
Nobody should get
nigga,
hurt
man.
over this.
It's just funny to me. It's not. I'm not taking it as serious as them. I'm not picking a side.
First off, Freddie
I'm
Gibbs,
a big Freddie fan.
Freddie Gibbs
I like
and
Freddie.
Benny the Butcher are almost 40. I'm not getting in the street fight or internet beefing with nobody at 40. Sorry.
They got
Unless
into
it's
it.
like life or death.
They
Like,
definitely got into it a little bit. You know what I mean? Caught my man. Well, not them two personally. Allegedly. I don't know anything. Let me stop talking because I'm just talking. Because I was about to I was about to Freddie Gibbs him because Freddie Gibbs definitely just
But even if they
he
fought,
said some wild shit about Benny in this as well.
But even if they fought, he said some wild shit. What is it, man?
Now I'm saying online.
Both of y'all niggas has got money.
You
and y'all
can't
can rap.
type. You can't type online the shit that Freddie did. I'm not gonna repeat it, but I'll tell you after the
I saw
podcast.
it.
The shit he typed was
I saw
wild
it.
because you could get people in trouble for that.
I saw.
You know what I mean? So that's the main thing to take away from that. Stay off the internet with it. Slap the shit out the nigga if you see him.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But where was I gonna go with the other thing I was watching, I was about to bring up in the middle of the Untold series we was going through. Running with the Devil, The Wild World of John McAfee. You know the antivirus nigga that created the McAfee software or the McAfee antivirus software.
Okay,
That
yeah, I know
nigga.
that guy.
This is the wildest shit ever, yo. White
wild
boy is
boy?
a wild boy, yo. Like, he was definitely... I couldn't tell if he had made up everything that he was saying that happened or if he actually did the stuff that they were saying he was accused of. Like, he was accused of killing somebody when he escaped to Belize from running from the U.S. taxes as he was escaping from Belize. Or was he in
McAfee
Belize?
guy?
Yes. The McAfee guy, yo. It's a crazy-ass documentary, yo. You gotta watch this shit, man.
Yo.
I love this type shit, yo. You know I'm
Misery
into the white
Master.
misery, yo. Like, that one brought back... Because you remember last week I was challenged by that other one, the one about the dude that killed his dad.
Yeah.
I just killed my dad. I was confused. I was conflicted with my white misery. Am I the white misery master anymore? I couldn't even really think anymore. Like, it was confusing me. And then I saw that, and I was like, yeah, I'm still there. Because I enjoy seeing white people scramble around and figure things out. But he just was a rich-ass nigga that was just wilding throughout the world. Rich-ass white man.
It's on Netflix?
On Netflix as well. I can't think. It was some other shits I watched, too, this week, and I'm pissed off that I can't think about it right now.
You been listening?
HBO Max. I don't know if we've ever mentioned it on here. My boy Mike had told me about it a minute ago, and I've heard people talk about it plenty of times. Southside. Have you watched that on HBO Max?
Southside?
It's called Southside.
What is it about?
It's a series about it's based in, I think, Chicago, Southside. Like,
Okay.
is what that means. They work for basically Rent-A-Center, essentially, and it reminds me of like a really low budget hood movie mixed with The Office. Yo. The shit is some of the
like
shit
that.
that happens in there is so fucking hilarious. Yo.
I would like
You
some
just gotta watch it. I fucked around and watched the whole first season in like a day. They only
Southside.
20-minute episodes. I think it's 10 episodes or something like that. But it's worth it, yo. Check that shit out. Southside is fire. Yo. I
I'ma
didn't
tap
know.
inwardly.
I had no idea, man. I was mad that I didn't know because it's been out. This is just an old series now, so this ain't no new news. I'm sure they probably got people that have reviewed it and everything, but this shit is hilarious. I heard rap shit pretty good too. I haven't watched that yet though. Gotta get in.
Oh, the Issa joint?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. Zay, you seen that?
Nah.
Yeah, I haven't got into that yet. Heard that's pretty good though.
Y'all been listening to anything this week?
I was slacking this week, but I did hear that clearly you'd have to be under, I guess, a rock if you're on social media. But I heard that Hove got a verse that
I have
everybody
3.
love.
I meant multiple things I've listened to.
What's his name? Khaled. God did that one. Did you listen to that?
I didn't.
Okay, so you know.
I saw everybody tweeting about the whole verse.
Yeah, that's all I saw was the whole verse.
I didn't hear that.
I didn't listen to anything. I haven't listened to
heard-
anything.
I
yet.
saw
There's no
everybody tweeting
disrespect to him. I haven't got to it yet. I'll get to that. But this week I haven't really got into anything new. I think you had mentioned Steve Lacy, right?
Yes.
Yes. When we was out for brunch, she definitely threw on like 3 of those songs on the playlist. I was like, this nigga Mike.
Tell
is
her
a legend.
respect my
This
legendary.
nigga Mike is a legend. Yo.
Tell her
gotta
respect
start
my
respecting
musical
this nigga way
intake
more.
at all times.
Gotta start respecting this nigga way more. She had
My
what was the
musical
song that I
intake is
downloaded
different.
immediately?
Zay,
Give
the
You the
only
World.
person that has the same like level.
There's a song called "Give You the World" that
Yeah.
she the one.
That whole
we had
joint
playing.
is
That
fire.
shit's
It sounds like
Motherfucker.
some like a fucking soundtrack to like Stranger Things, but they put a black twist on it and it's still smooth.
He killed that shit.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie, he hit a line because I didn't catch it the first time. He hit a line in the first song, and I was like,
Now he got a lot of lines in there.
I
If
don't
you
wanna
listen,
lie. I
listen.
was like,
Hey,
I haven't
man.
really bumped this since. I ain't gonna
If
hold
you listen, he got a lot of
I ain't
lines. But it's
Yeah.
hard. It's hard. Just tap in. Just
No,
tap
I
in.
listened to it. It's good.
Yeah, you guys
music.
got a unbiased ear type shit.
People start hitting certain lines that I'm like, who are they? They talk.
Reaching
I
the,
don't know, man.
you know what I mean? Trying to hit the algorithms. You gotta hit the algorithms. The
I
rhythms
fucked
of
with
the
it. I
house.
fucked with it overall.
I'm gonna listen.
Like,
I'm gonna definitely
'cause
listen because she
even
threw that shit on
yeah.
there. I was like, this shit actually kind of fire, yo.
But salute.
You know what I mean? Joker laugh.
Real quick, I had a comment. Well, all right, so we didn't really talk about it. I mean, we ain't gotta go crazy in depth, but everybody listen to the Larry now, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Joint.
Spaceships on the blade.
Is it just me? Doesn't it sound like it's two projects? They had the tracks and then they put it together as one project. It sounds like it's an EP and then an album. And the reason I say that is they intro it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Uncle Herm.
it
Should
has a
listen to
certain
him.
feel for the first, I think, 8-ish songs. And then it's like they intro it again with Wallow, and he be like, "Welcome to Spaceships on the Blade," like another official intro. And then that like last tracks sound like
You see,
kind of different from the first tracks.
I think what
It's
it was
weird.
with Larry
It sounds like
is
two
like
projects and they just fused them as one.
Larry is like an underground artist that makes a bunch of music, and I feel like he just compiled the best tracks he had at the time. You feel me? That were unreleased. So it's like, and he worked with a lot of different
You know what?
producers. So
This makes
shit
me
don't
wanna-
always sound the same sonically.
I actually got a question for Zay with this because this is a good point. How do you listen to the albums when you go back and listen to it after the first time?
It depends on which album.
Are you going like on a shuffle kind of thing, like this
No, I never
specific
do
album? Okay, see that's where it's different from me and Mike, because you shuffle it up after that, right?
I listen.
You
from
listen
start to
straight through
finish.
every time.
Usually
See,
I
I
just
shuffle
listen
up,
to the songs
so
I
I never
like
even
off
paid
of the
attention to
first
that.
rip,
I
and
might
then I
pick
go
through
back.
songs,
The
but I
first
never
rip,
shuffle and just play.
After the first rip, I'll shuffle it. I don't listen
I don't do
anymore.
that.
But I never really paid
If
attention.
I
after
listen
the
to it
first one.
enough, I will. But
Like, listen to it, it's
Because
like
that's a good point. I'm gonna go back and listen. I didn't pay attention to that before, but now that you said that, I didn't think about it. This might be like 3 albums put
Yeah.
together.
He got Unk intro it, and then it's like the first 8 songs, and then he got Wallow like intro it like as Spaceships on the Blade, and it sounds kind of different from the first half of the project.
Yeah, I
So was
definitely
like,
didn't pay
just,
no
like,
attention to
fused
that,
two
yo.
of them. I don't know why. I mean, I'm sure there's a reason, but it feels a little weird. But the tracks are fire, so
Yeah.
that's not the issue. It's just something I noticed after listening to it.
No, great
every
one.
time.
I enjoyed that.
Nah,
That
that's
was a good
hard.
point.
Spaceships on the Blade is extra hard.
Y'all got a favorite track on there? If y'all had to pick one, it's a lot of them. We got 20.
Y'all already know I love that I'm Him joint. Like,
I
yo,
think it's
that's
between that
smooth.
or the 5.0 Chronicles for me with Currency.
Nah, that's hard.
I told y'all Another Day Part 2. That's like,
Yeah.
to me that's crazy.
Also, the Babyface Ray joint was fire.
I mean,
What
you
was
can
it?
start naming all. They all hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
nigga,
Once you start looking at it, be like, you know what?
Him.
I like this one. You know what?
Him.
I kind of like that.
Him.
Yeah. Nah, this is. Shout out to Uncle Herm.
Him.
Yeah, he be
That's
going-
so smooth, nigga. I'm him. Extra smooth. Nobody's hitting niggas with hooks like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Extra chills. No effort on the hook, yo.
Nah, that's a classic joint, yo.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I wasn't really heavy on the music.
Anything
Where y'all-
else with you musically?
I'm listening to old R&B throughout the week for the majority of the time.
What would you say your favorite was that you had this week? Like you was like really, you ran it back maybe, like even. you was on
You
your
know what?
shit.
I'm not even gonna do that.
Carl Thomas shit.
What I'm gonna say is, matter of fact, I'll throw Miles Davis in. I was running that. I was running a few joints from him, especially because I just rewatched that documentary on him, which is fantastic.
What's that on?
It's on Netflix.
Amazon?
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Fantastic. It's fantastic.
I didn't know they had a Miles Davis one
Yeah,
on
yeah,
Netflix.
yeah. So I was playing a bunch of stuff. Kind of Blue, of course, it's like the highest selling jazz album ever. I got that vinyl, so
Okay.
that's the reason I was really bumping it. I finally got it for the price I wanted it for. So I was bumping that heavy this week. But yeah, a lot of random John B. The third album. bumping that John
Was
B
it the one
album
with the
hard.
had like the red background and he had the black on?
Yeah.
Not gonna
He
hold you.
had, like Just Blaze on the joints and all that.
That wasn't the joint with "Don't Listen to
No,
You."
that's like
That's the first-
second
second
album.
one,
That's
isn't
the
it?
second album.
Second
Alright, yeah,
John
that's
B,
one of my favorite songs.
They was
yo.
kind of like phasing him out. I heard him explain a lot of reasons why a lot of things was happening with management and stuff. But like John B, like was dropping really good music after that. People just wasn't.
He's like low key
crazy
one of the ultimate white boys on the road, and they don't give him credit like that.
John B is
He don't get credit like that though. You got to be like R&B listener to even know about yo.
Yeah, John B got some stuff, yo. If y'all, you know what I mean? Because I know most people know that song and probably a few other tracks from that era. Because most people think that's his first album.
Yeah.
It's his second album.
Yeah, I thought it was his first
Yeah, I
one.
mean,
That's
yeah,
why I almost
so,
said
yeah.
that. I'm happy you
Yeah.
corrected me on that.
That was mostly for the most part.
Tough.
Where
And
was
with
you at
me,
with it, bro?
yo, you know I'm all underground with it, yo. Like it's a guy out of Philly. His name is Ken Akeem, Kenakeim, and it's called For Motivational Purposes Only. I would say if you want to like compare it to a rapper, it's like a slower cadence core mixed with like early Meek Mill shit. Like I'm just giving you
You
bars
said he was from
basically with
Philly,
like
right?
hard beats. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and I think he's from North Philly.
Or
If
was
I
it
don't,
Jersey?
he's from Philly.
I be getting them.
He's
no,
from Philly.
No disrespect.
No, he
to
said
either one of
Philly.
y'all.
'Cause they got, like,
He
Kane
said
right
Philly like
across, yo.
87 times in the joint. Yeah, he's definitely from Philly. And then it's another joint by Mayhem Loren that be with Action Bronson and all them. He got Black Vladimir that came out like extra fire.
You listen to
It's
the-
really only for us though, like the niggas that like the Benny the Butcher,
Yeah.
Freddie Gibbs, like that kind of Alchemist type beat,
The
type
hard
shit.
piano beats.
Alchemist.
Yeah, no, the shit is fire though. Then, of course, for people that's still in that lane would be the Rock
I
Marciano
was about to
project that
ask if
came
you
out with
listened.
the Alchemist.
That's
It's
fire.
called Elephant Man's Bones. Extra
I
fire.
knew you would like that shit. As soon as I saw it on the list, I was like, I know Mike listening.
Yeah,
to this already.
yeah, you know how I do, yo. And then it's a guy, actually Snoop Dogg co-signed on the intro. His name is October London, and it's called Please Leave a Message. It's like R&B, but like you could tell the nigga a little bit older, but he can really sing. Like
Yeah.
he can really sing. But all the songs aren't crafted that well. You need me as a songwriter, I can do that for you.
Oh shit.
Tap in with Coach Class Podcast. And then last but not least, my boy Nico G4 out of what are they? Other People's Money, OPM, dropped a single called Choosing Season with him and Primo Rice. I played it for you
Yeah, that shit was
earlier.
hard as a motherfucker. Primo
Yo,
was crazy.
Extra hard. Ultra vibes, yo.
I told you he was starting to. I saw him on live a few weeks ago. I think I mentioned it to y'all. Did I say it on the podcast or was it before the podcast? I can't remember. But he was live, and that means shit is coming. I
Yeah.
knew it was something. He's got some shit.
P
coming.
Rice coming back out, yo. The Rice tape was too hard to not.
You gotta get
follow
that
up
Rice
with
tape
some,
too.
like,
yo.
a ultra
We need
knockout.
that, yo. I still need the money dance, yo, because it wasn't really no money dance in that video.
They ain't doing no
Yeah.
justice,
It wasn't
yo.
no money dance in that video, yo.
And this is 226 of Coach Class Podcast. We
No,
always-
what the? No, we got two other things.
All right, my bad.
Still got the mic-ism, and it was perfect that you did it for music because it was the greatest mic-ism. I started dying laughing when you told me it on the phone, so you already know what it is. Yo. Said, y'all look up to Kevin Gates, rolling on the floor emoji. I'm convinced people just look up to folks who talk loud.
I still feel that way.
Yo, that nigga's a menace to society.
I
yo.
still feel that
Ever
way.
since he put them fucking feathers in his head, he been wilding.
Yo, I saw people like retweeting a joint where he's like pelvic thrusting on the show, like yelling.
Wild.
And like pretending to
That
I
shit
guess
was so
smack a
crazy.
girl in the
yo.
back of her
yo,
head.
yo, better not do no running. Them fucking stupid ass feathers in his head, yo. It's ever since that happened. This is when this shit happened.
Yo, Navajo.
They gotta remove them shits. And then the
Blackfoot.
last thing, yo, there's a lot of legislations that's been going on in place as far as on a
Navajo,
political
Blackfoot
level.
Gates.
And I'm not the most savvy on everything that's happening, but I do know there's one thing that we need to pay close attention to. Could be a key mark for all of the presidential candidates. Legislation needs to be put in place to stop Nicholas Cannon's offspring production. You know, it's overpopulating the world at this point, so we can just go ahead and close it at that point. What was this episode?
We gotta say rest in peace to Big Reese. Episode 226, Coach Class Podcast. Like, rate, subscribe.
See y'all next
Press
week
the
with it.
notification bell. Tap in with us all the
Oh,
time.
I forgot to
man.
say
We
that
appreciate y'all
throughout.
listening. And all the people that are tapping inwardly, that are people like I may have not been so close with back in the day, or we haven't been, but show support, yo. I appreciate all y'all.
Genuinely
Thank
appreciate
you
that,
kindly.
man.
Thank you for the love. Keep doing that.
Leave a
shit.
comment
Share
down
that shit
there.
to your friends.
Tell us what you know
Comment.
about us. Like, when's the last time y'all heard from us?
Agree with us. All that.
We with everything. We'll see y'all next week.
me what I'm coaching, right? I said, bro, I'm coaching life. I said, bro, I'm coaching life. They asked me what I'm coaching, right? I said, bro, I'm coaching life. I said, bro, I'm coaching life.